Andrew McGlashan.
Thanks, Cole. Hi, Nathan. Can you hear me there? Okay.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Can you just talk us through that last over and the emotions that you were going through?
It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest. I think I was sort of going at 100 miles per hour for the whole 20 overs. So, it was just sort of a surreal moment that's sort of come and gone really, really fast. So, so to sort of come out the other end of it with a hat trick, I mean, it's not something I sort of planned to happen or thought about happening, but pretty amazing and something I'll cherish forever.
What was it like being clapped off by Mitchell Starc, who'd presented you your cap just an hour and a half previously?
Yeah, again, surreal. I mean, this whole tour has sort of been a bit of a surreal, a surreal moment, a surreal experience for me. I'm sort of mixing it with a lot of the guys that I've looked up to for a long time and sort of tried to emulate throughout my career so far. So, it's just another sort of memory or another moment that I look back on pretty fondly. So.
Does it all feel it's happened in quite a rush for you? I mean, you've effectively had probably 2 full good seasons with Hobart and with Tassie, and now you're playing for Australia. Does it feel as though it's all come quite quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. When I sort of look back, I feel like the time's gone really, really quick, and again, it's sort of a bit of a blur. But in the same breath, I'm sort of taking it a day at a time. Massive cliche, I know, but that's sort of been my mentality, my mantra, sort of coming not on contract to being contracted, and all this sort of happening really fast. I sort of just try to take it in my stride and take it a day at a time, and not let the moment pass without sort of trying to soak it in as much as possible.
Thanks, Nathan. Well bowled.
Cheers. Thank you.
Adrian Warren.
Yes, I'm off mute this time. Nathan, congratulations on your performance there. Terrific to see. I mean, did you kind of feel any nerves at all there? Because obviously your 4th over was spot on, but what did you think of your first 3 overs?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you talk about nerves. I probably wasn't nervous for any specific balls. I was probably nervous for the last 24 hours. I think once I knew I was playing, and it's a sort of a long day as we sort of wait till game time in the evening. So, quite a nervous time. But outside of that, I sort of, in hindsight, I feel like I may have, rushed my way through a little bit with the beans flowing and sort of feeling like my mind's going 100 mile per hour. But it wasn't like I was scared or scared to bowl any sort of ball or anything like that. It was sort of something you plan for and we think about for, the 6-7 weeks we've been on tour. So, just really cool moment.
Terrific. And what about batting wise? It seemed like you guys had a slightly different approach, keeping wickets in hand there for the second half of the innings.
Yeah, absolutely. I think on these wickets in hand is key. I think we're quite a young bunch, and myself included. I've never really experienced subcontinental wickets, so sort of learning on the run, but also trying to see what works for us individually as players. I think Mitch Marsh has set the tone and the blueprint for what we're trying to do, and it's one of those things we're really, really close to being on the better side of the result. Again, not the way it went tonight, but as I said, it feels like we're really, really close. So 2 games to go now, and hopefully we can end the series 3-2.
I mean, their bowlers obviously pretty good on these type of wickets. They've got a fair bit of experience. Is there anything that you guys could have done differently, or where do you think it just went wrong in those last half dozen overs?
Yeah, I think you're right. We say, it's naturally where they've grown up and the wickets they're used to. So naturally they're going to be, tactically more prepared, I'd say, is probably the best way to put it. And that's taking nothing away. I think they've bowled really, really well throughout the whole tour and use the facilities and the wickets to their advantage. So for now, it's us to go back on our plans, have a look where we can improve, and as I said, take every match as an experience. We're a young side, just sort of taking every game as it comes and trying to take what we can from it.
Thanks, Adrian. We've got pretty
no worries.
Internet. We've got a pretty poor internet connection here. Sorry, guys. We might just go to Mel Farrell and then we might finish up.
Hey there, Nathan. Congratulations. Just wondering, what has this tour actually been like for you? You know, what have you been doing? Has anyone taken you under their wing? And did you actually think that you would get an opportunity to play?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I didn't plan to be on this tour. I mean, I tried and I had it, you know, in the calendar. There was a goal of mine to try and get on this tour, but yeah, I'm under no illusions to the fact that it's taken a global pandemic and some boys who have spent a lot of time in bubbles and quarantine to need a break for me to get here. So I've sort of taken that mantra as, you know, I've been really lucky to get an opportunity here at the expense of some guys who needed a break. So sort of take each day as it comes. And as I said, it's a filthy cliche, but there's so many experienced guys here, both coaches and players, that, you know, have been there and done it. So sort of just trying to be a sponge for every net session, every game, every planning meeting, to sort of soak it up. And, you know, if I wasn't get to play a game, I would have some good brand new training kit that I can show off back home.
What did Mitch Stark say to you? Did he have any particular words of wisdom?
It was really, you know, it was something I'll never forget, really. He, I'm from New South Wales originally, so he sort of spoke a little bit about my journey, sort of having to make the move away from my family and friends down to Tassie, and just little things like that. But he really emphasised sort of me just trying to soak it up and enjoy it. Easier said than done, but stay calm and sort of just back myself, which is, you know, what we're all trying to do. As I said, it's easier said than done in the moment, but yeah, it was really, really cool to have Starkey present my cap. And again, it'll be something that I won't forget anytime soon.
Last one, Mel.
Yeah. What was going through your mind before you bowled that hat trick ball? What were you trying to do?
Not get hit for six. That's probably the first point of call. But yeah, I think I'm sort of just, as I said, I'm my first time bowling on a subcontinental wicket, so I'm sort of learning on the run a little bit, and just sort of find what works for me, and then setting my fields accordingly and trying to get hit to the fielders. So for me, it was pretty simple. It was, yeah, bowl to my field, and hopefully it goes my way, which thankfully it did.
Great, well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mel, and thanks everyone, and congratulations to Nathan Ellis. We'll catch up with you guys after tomorrow's game. Cheers.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.